So yesterday I finished building the dungeon. It's right over there behind the Simpsons house. It looks pretty amazing. But today we're going to be working on the mini modular buildings here by the beach. I've got one more to build, and that is the noodle shop. So of course these are all the 3-in-1 little mini modulars. What I do is I take 2 sets plus some additional pieces from my inventory, and I double the size of them. I think they ended up being 16 by 22 studs approximately, so about a half base plate. And they do a great job of just filling this section by the beach here. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. Today we're going to be finishing the mini modulars by the beach. How cool is that? The first thing I've got to do is actually clean up my desk, because the other day when I was finished building the dungeon, I left a mess. So I've got to do all this sorting, got to get all this stuff parted out, broken down, and filed away so I can have a nice clean desk. And then once I'm done that, I can part out my second noodle shop, which I got from the Lego store the last time I was there during VIP days. It's got 569 pieces. Should be fairly easy to break that down. And I hope that's going to give me enough pieces to double this thing up. Sounds like a great day to me. Before I do any of that, though, I've got to make myself a coffee. Oh, look at that. Our rack needs replenishing. Uh-oh. There's the good stuff. There it is. Make one of those for the noodle shop build. There we go. That's much better. And check out all the parts as well. All sorted. Got all our windows, minifigures, plants, 1x1 stuff, snot. And then also slopes, curved slopes, tiles, jumpers, connectors, plates, and also bricks. So here's a quick look at the noodle shop. Pretty cool. Got this. So here's a quick look at the noodle shop. I like it because it's like an open concept, right? You can just walk up and order your noodles. I think that's perfect because it's going to be right by the beach. It also has the back stairs there, a back door. Opens up just like that. It's got like a little living space up top. Pretty detailed, actually. Very compact, but very detailed. Look at that. There's like a little like stove top in there. There's the counter. She fell over. Looks like mine has been around the block a couple times, eh? I like the colors too, like the olive green and also the light nougat. It's a nice color. Beautiful. That's what the new Disney castle is. So yeah, there we go. Little noodle shop. Oh yeah, and also had this vending machine and street lamp as well, but I tore mine off because that made it wider than a half base plate, so I couldn't fit it beside the toy store. So I'll have to try and find that vending machine and maybe make another one of them. So I already know, even though I have 2 sets, there's not going to be enough brick. So I'm going to have to use some supplementary parts, which is not a big deal. But for example, the olive green, there's no way I'm going to be able to build 2 olive green walls, like on either side. So I'm going to have to use some tan or light gray or something that I have a lot of to help build the interior walls, which isn't the end of the world because you're not going to see it anyway. So as long as that olive green is visible and also that light nougat is visible, then I'll be happy. But if some of the interior walls are different colors, I don't think it's the end of the world. Pretty much finished up with the ground floor. Kept the open design so people can just roll up from the beach, order their noodles, eat it right there, maybe take it out, right? Chill on the beach with it. I got the dark blue awning going over top there. Check it out. I actually ran out of 1x2 dark blue slopes, so I decided to create my own using 1x1 plates, 1x2 plate, and also a cheese slope. Does a pretty good job replicating one. So that's not bad. And then transferring over here, I used some of the dark red slopes and just put some snot bricks over the door. Put the menu there. Still have the like hanging lanterns on either side of the eating spot there. And there's also a menu to the right of the door. In the interior here, we've got some deets as well. Added a little like cutting station there, like food prep station. Put some utensils above that. Then there's the stovetop with the sink. And I also added some dishes just behind the sink there. Just using some 2x2 dish elements. And then there's another eating spot right there below those arches. And this will actually act as a support as well because the next floor will actually just sit. What is that on my hand? Oh, that's a blueberry muffin. I've been eating as well, I guess. I Oh man, this will actually act as a support for the ground or for the next floor as well. So there's a little eating spot there, a couple more chairs. Got that soda machine in there. I couldn't really jam a fridge in, so I was like, oh, well, we'll just have a soda machine in the restaurant. Now I do have this random bar that's sort of just like held in place there. I'm looking for my little flag elements like that. I want to put one of those on the wall. I also decided to move the Noodle shop sign in there, and then I also snot mounted 2x2 painting there of some elephants. And then right here there's some other tools such as a broom and a wrench, and there's a little gate right there. There's one of the little flag pieces, but I can't find the second one. There should be two. I don't know, I had it in my hand and then I lost it. I'll try and find it. But there's just a little gate there so the chef can go back in his little area there and cook up some noodles or some fresh dishes for the customers. And then on the back side, I just did the same dark red covering, like the awning, the same thing over top of the door there. And then I added another noodle sign to the back as well, just because that wall was looking sort of boring. So I decided to spice it up a bit there. And these stairs are pretty much the same, but what I did is I built an interior wall that's light gray, and then I actually built the stairs, like the 2x bricks that are the stairs, into that wall so they're nice and strong. And that'll lead up to the second floor. Capped it all off in reddish brown, and then you can see some of the color substitutions that I used on the side there. I don't mind it. It's almost like a little bit of a just random pattern. I wish I had more of the olive green. I would make this whole wall olive green, but it is what it is, right? I'm not going to order a bunch of olive green specifically for that, as long as the olive green is facing in the front and also facing at the back. That's all I'm really concerned about. All right, it's time to start constructing the second floor and the roof. See, check out my desk. I'm not lying. There's that Costco blueberry muffin in my coffee. The second floor had to be an interesting shape because of this staircase right here. There had to be a cutout for the staircase, and then there had to be a 1x plate that came out all the way so I could actually build a wall up against the toy store. It's not like the toy store in the sense that the staircase to get to the second floor of the toy store is actually inside the modular building, whereas this one's on the exterior. So that makes this one, or it made it a little bit more challenging to create the second floor. And this actually is a break room for the Noodle shop employees. And you can see when that lines up on top, there's the perfect little cutout. So the stairs line up with the door that will get you to the second floor. The front of the building uses the 1x2x3 tall windows. There's just a bunch of them lined up there. And then there's the modified 1x2 plates, like the connectors underneath that. And then along the entire base layer of the second floor wall have these white modified bricks. Those are so cool. And then I actually had enough of the light nougat bricks in my inventory and from the two sets that I was able to finish the entire wall in that color. So it's pretty nice. There's some different windows in the back here. They've got the planters on the base of them, built using some brackets, and then the awning going over top using those 1x2 white connectors. And some other pieces there. Looks pretty good, right? It's actually from the original set design. Those windows are popping out a little bit there because they're like jumpered in spot. So it's a really neat design that I decided to stick with. And then in the interior here, it's just a little break room. There's a couple places to sit there. She's reading her newspaper, and those chair builds are from the original set. Same with the little area rug. Then we've got all sorts of plants and flowers inside there. A snot mounted picture. And there's a little table when you come in the door there, and another snot mounted picture of some food that I pulled from my sticker drawer. Yeah, and then all the Lego bathroom connoisseurs are going to be pretty happy that I decided to include a bathroom here as well. Nothing too crazy, just a toilet. The tank of the toilet is snot mounted to the wall, and then there's a little cabinet there, and on top of that cabinet is the sink and faucet. I think it looks pretty good. It's pretty compact. It's the base of it is 2 plates thick, just because getting this like 1x coming out there was hard to do. Pretty much impossible to do. It had to be 2 plates thick, but I don't really mind that. And when it's popped onto the actual Noodle shop base, attaches very easily, and that's what it looks like so far. Just sent this minifigure flying. There we go. Sorry about that. Now I just need to construct the roof. So the roof is actually going to be rather interesting as well because it has like ladder access. So that ladder's going to go to the roof and you're going to pop up through this little mini door. So I've got to build the plate work for the roof and leave a spot open to mount that door using snot bricks. But then I have to run some like 1x plate here as well. So it's once again going to have to be pretty thick. Like it's going to have to be 2 layers thick just because I foresee that being a problem. I have to have the underlying plate to sort of reinforce it. The roof of the original Noodle shop is actually super cool. It uses some amazing parts to create a really nice looking roof. So I pretty much copied that over in just a different sort of scale here onto my roof. Like look at the use of the slopes on the front there, like the dark red ones, and also the brackets holding those modified 1x4 plates with the 2 studs in place there just to sort of cover up the thickness that the roof had to be, like the plates. Yeah, it looks really good. And then I did the exact same thing on the other side. Plus there's like this decoration in the center and those curved like right angle, like rounded bricks. So many interesting parts are in this set. It's so neat. And then I decided to add some more detail as well, such as the little planter there, some flowers, added some additional elements to the antenna that's on top of the roof. There's the little door that gives the ladder access. And then also I built another one of these little trees and added a bench just using some brackets, plates, and tiles. And then I had some spare triangular tiles to add a little area rug in the center. Maybe there could be some more stuff on this roof, but I think it looks really good, especially when we place it on top of the Noodle shop. Mind you, there is one thing that I might want to change about it, and that's actually the thickness of all of this plate. I mean, you're not going to see this here because it's going to be pressed up against another building, and the brackets on the roof design sort of do a good job of like concealing it on the front and back. But what I should do is probably change out the bottom plate to light nougat, but I don't have any light nougat plates, so I'm unable to do that. Now, there had to be a row of plate here, and that locks everything in place, and then there had to be a row of tile so I can actually jumper it. I guess maybe I could get away with just removing the plate, but I'm pretty sure like the 2 layers of plate, that's being 1 plate, 1 tile, did a good job of sort of locking everything in place because this, like once again, these windows were held in by jumpers, so it pretty much needed it. It got a little bit thick because I needed to use 2 layers of plate on the roof, once again, just to reinforce it. So now we've got like 4 layers of plate there, which exceeds a brick, and it looks pretty thick. But I think when you look at it from the front side, if I have everything pushed down correctly, you can't really see it when you're looking at it from afar, I guess. But it would be nice to reduce that maybe by like 1 or even 2 plates, or just get some light nougat, but I don't think it's gonna bother me once it's actually placed. I think it's bothering me right now because I just finished building it, but I don't think it's gonna bother me when it's placed. What do you think? Does it look good? There we go, it's the Noodle shop, right? The ground floor, the second floor, the staircase going up to the second floor. Then we've got ladder access right here. If I just pop that open, you can see in there, see the little ladder leading up to the roof. I also put one of these modified pieces there, actually a couple of them, to create a little stair. And then I framed the whole roof using white brick and tile. I think it looks pretty good. I'm excited to place this in the Lego City. Oh my gosh, I was placing the Noodle shop and I discovered something that really bothers me. What am I doing? What is this? What is this? You gotta have some overlapping plate there between the plate and tile. Oh, I'm gonna fix that for sure. But you know what I could do, maybe, is actually just switch out this layer of plate and tile to white. And maybe if it's white, it will blend in better with those white brackets on the roof. There we go, that's all fixed up. But I should switch that. Oh, light nougat would be the best, but I just don't have light nougat to do that. Maybe white would be a good substitute as well. But there we go, everybody. The mini modular buildings here on the beach are now 100% complete. It's hard to believe that we added 3 this week alone. That's the surf skate shop, toy shop, and noodle shop. You know what? I might be changing the roof on this one. I'm not sure if I like this design where there's 2 of these like pyramids. I might increase the size of the pyramid here and remove it back here that might make a little more sense. That just looks a little bit strange. And also, I think some of these other rooftops need just a little bit more detail. They have rooftop access, right? Or access. So I think these rooftops just need something a little bit more going on for them. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would look cool. And maybe if I made this rooftop, like, have access to this rooftop, and you could have like a big garden or something up top here just to get rid of some of these gray studs and give it a little bit more color. But with that said, maybe that will take away from the city behind, right? Yeah, but there we go, everybody. The mini modulars are now done. Pretty happy with that. I think I'm going to spend the rest of my day cleaning up. Remember when I started this video and I was cleaning up? Well, yeah, here we go again. I've got to do a bunch of cleaning and sorting, and I think I want to spend an entire day down here just sort of tidying everything up, because I've still got sort of sets laying around and things on the ground, and I just really need one day to sort of reassess where I'm at. That's typically how I do things. I guess we did pretty good this week. Built that dungeon there, and then these 3 mini modulars, and now I just need a day to sort of regroup and clean up. Let me know what you think of the Noodle shop by commenting below. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff. And farewell. Have yourselves a great day.